Alright everyone, what's going on? It's me Alex here once again, and today I got a somewhat different video here today. Today we are doing a Kingdom Hearts discussion from a veteran fan to a new fan. Carlos here, he's been recording for me, for quite a while now, and I've always been talking about how much I love the series as a whole, and I got him interested in it, and just a couple days ago, he actually went in and looked into it, and he totally had a blast. So today, we're just going to be discussing, just a couple things, about the series and about, well, mainly the first game, just because I don't want to spoil too much, and so we're just going to be talking about it. So yeah, was there anything specific you wanted to go with, Carlos?
Nothing right now. Nothing immediately I can think of. Well, I guess let's talk about my first experience with with the small amount of experience I do have about it.
Okay, yeah, go on.
Sure. I thought it was awesome. That is my summary of the first 10 Let's Plays, whatever, that I've seen of it.
Okay, so yeah, he's Carlos here. He's only seen the first game so far, and
Note that I'm not actually playing it myself. I'm watching it because
yeah.
I don't own a console to play it on yet.
Okay, so I guess alright, I should ask you this. What were your first your first thoughts before actually going in and watching like part one or anything? Like what were you initially thinking that you were gonna get into?
Huh. Wow, that's a good question. Let me think. I don't know. I was prepared for... Okay, well here's what I mean. Like, after reading your fanfic, it gave me a small idea. But if you don't involve that, then, I really don't... I don't know. There's something big I could think of. You mentioned... that I can't really explain it. I don't know how to explain it. I guess I was just, I can say this. What I found, I was not expecting. There wasn't anything in it that I really could expect.
So
Other than, there was a kid who finds a Keyblade. Like that much I knew was gonna happen. Everything else was roll a dice and let's see if this happens.
And, were you generally, like, satisfied with the result of that, that outcome?
Of everything I've seen so far, yeah. I don't have any complaints about the game itself. I don't wanna compare to the gameplay I've seen or because of the person controlling it. Everglow. I don't know if I should mention that.
Yeah.
Okay, then that's the guy I'm watching.
Yeah. Let's see. What's another good question? Are you lost in the story at all? Are you following through okay, or do you seem like really confused at the moment?
For a first game, I feel like there are parts that aren't explained, but I've kind of just been dealing with it.
Yeah, well, from my experience, it just takes, some time, and, you actually have to go in and evaluate the scenes for yourself. You might have to watch them, like a couple times here and there, just so you can, understand, what every sentence and, what every word actually means. And at the same time, it kind of also requires you to go through into the other games, because there are some things that they do connect here and there, but I don't want to get too deep into that because I don't want to spoil anything for you.
Alright.
So, let's see,
Paying attention to the story is probably something that's going to be very difficult.
Yeah, because that's the thing. That's what this series is very, very infamous for. It's very, very elusive and very, very quote unquote confusing story to people. But honestly, from my point of view, it's just that they don't want to get into the story themselves. I mean, as long as you just you listen in and you just, like I said, just going back and, just watching it, like a couple times here and there, you'll actually figure out, that, like, oh, wow, they actually meant that and that. That's actually pretty awesome and everything like that. And I just feel that, a lot of gamers, they don't like to, do that. They're usually in there, just for, like, gameplay-wise and everything like that, this and this and that, and they sometimes they just don't appreciate what a good story is. And I kind of sound biased when I say that, and I'm sorry if I do, but It's just that, mainstream gamers nowadays, they just really don't care for, a genuinely good story. And quite frankly, that kind of gets me frustrated. Well, that's enough of that. Let's see. What are your thoughts of the Destiny Island crew, Sora, Riku, and Kairi?
The three of them. First off, well, let me back up a little bit before that and say all the ones that were on the island. When I saw that there was more than just the.
Oh
the,
no,
the,
just
the three.
Sora, Riku, and Kairi. Just Sora,
Oh,
Riku,
you want
and
to just
Kairi.
focus on them? But I was wondering, when I saw those other people on there, I was wondering, are there more people involved in this than I thought?
Oh, those are actually characters from Final Fantasy.
Ah, well, there's something else I don't know. See, still learning, still learning. That's good to know. Really, I wasn't expecting to be in Final Fantasy, but whatever.
Yeah. So let's start out with Sora. What do you think of Sora?
Well, first let me say this: Sora's the only person who I knew for sure of that was even involved in Kingdom Hearts. But I didn't know anything else about him. I didn't know anything. There wasn't anything I didn't want to know. I didn't even knew who Kairi and Riku, right?
Yeah, Kairi
I didn't even know they existed. Like first, all I know was just Sora and then Donald and Goofy. Like that. That's it. That was Kingdom Hearts for me right there. That's all I knew. I never bothered to look into it anymore. But there was nothing really like a reason why I didn't want to. But what I think about them, I thought that they were nicely set up. Any potential like plot, like just from learning about them, like there was easily potential plot between the three of them or two of them, if you know, if I know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm at the part where I see what happens to Raikou. Like I already know where he's, at least for now, going. about what he's somewhat against. So I don't want to explain what I know about the story because people are just gonna laugh at that. I'm sure you're already laughing at what I know and what I don't.
No, you're a new fan, so go ahead and say whatever you want. It's all open ended. It's all open ended. I don't mind.
Well, that's that.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Also, I feel like we're pulling a Bowser, like seeing these air quote princesses.
Oh yeah.
Getting kidnapped.
From my story.
Yeah. When I saw the first one, Jesus, what was her name? What's the one from Alice? Alice. When I saw Alice in Wonderland, from Alice, when I saw her get abducted, I was like, okay, so they're like, she disappeared. And then it wasn't until the next one tried to get abducted, and then I realized we're just copying Mario here now, aren't we? It's really what I thought, just because
except with seven
yes,
of them.
except there's 7 of them.
And there's more than one, there's more than one main villain.
Well, look at it this way: 7 princesses, you won't find any empty castles. That's for sure. It might not be the one with Peach, but it'll at least have someone in there that's at you at least. Okay, well at least I climbed this whole entire world for a reason, not just for air.
Actually, now that I think of it, that statement's kind of wrong because all the castles could potentially be empty and they could just be grouped up into one castle in itself.
Oh, don't ruin it! don't ruin it. Are we swapping over to villain plans? Look at it this way. Well, what if the one castle he decides to hit happens to be the correct one on the first try? Then he just saves all of them, and then you got all these empty minions that you've hired, or all these minions you've hired for nothing that are still in guard duty.
Oops.
But anyways, so apparently Sora's gonna have to, unintentionally, in a way, save. At least that's so far what it seems like. I don't think he's from where I'm at. He's not fully aware that they're all being abducted.
Yeah.
All right. So how about the gameplay? Let's see. Just the gameplay. I don't want to necessarily compare that with the story. As in, like if I was playing the game, boy, I'd be taking probably at least 3 or 4 times longer as him. I'd be doing, honestly, because at least in a game like this, the first thing I'd want to do is know where everything's at so I could be like him, and when I get to the world, just know where I'm gonna go. Because like he knew everything, and like he like went down 4 different streets, knew like which alley to turn into, and I'm like this. I don't know. I mean, I wasn't surprised because I'm sure he's done it before. But if it was me, I'd be taking honestly, like, what am I? I don't know what episode I'm on again. I forgot. But that the time I'm there, I'd still be in Traverse Town, looking at everything.
Well, Traverse Town is a really beloved world, and there is quite a bit to explore because, after all, you do come back to that world, a little bit, quite often during the story. I'd say like maybe 3, 4. Don't quote me on the three. Around 3 times, I'd say.
Oh, I would
Just,
expect 10. It just seems like it's that world that you return to constantly, like a hub world almost.
Well, yeah. Well, for story-wise, yes, it is like 3, but just in general-wise, yeah, you're gonna be going there a lot, yeah.
Okay, as in, so what you're saying is that you're required to at least 3 times.
It's the tower, so to speak.
No, don't compare it to Destiny. Don't. I'm not even a real Kingdom Hearts fan yet, and I'm already pissed at you. Like,
Well,
I haven't got my license yet, but I can still like tell that you just know. Like, I'll take yours now.
so yeah, like gameplay-wise, yeah, it's just because the game is relatively old, so back then, it was just one of those games where like, oh, let's go behind this thing, and there's probably something behind it. It's not like like Destiny, where you're grinding for everything like that.
Yes, got it. And
it's also not like Destiny, where chests respawn, like in random locations. There's set locations for the chests in the world, and then you pick them up, and then the chest just goes away. There you go.
yeah. One thing I want to say, unless I haven't been paying attention, the only thing so far that I don't like about the game, not story, the gameplay,
Yeah.
is that you really don't seem to know where to go if you're new.
Well,
What? Well, here's what I mean. So, like, let's start with Agrabah. I saw how we got to Aladdin's place. How am I supposed to know? I don't know how big the world is, first of all. I feel like he hasn't explored all of it. But, how am I supposed to know? I wouldn't think that I gotta climb up go through this room, which will take me up a floor, then climb up. Hold on, give me a second to fix this mic.
yeah, you cut off.
Well, I cut off for you, but not for the laptop on here. I'm gonna leave that on. I'm not gonna bother editing that. But anyways, I didn't know I was supposed to enter this room, which takes me to the second floor, and then like hop across these sun visor things, and then just basically, and then you get to Aladdin's house. And then first off, not only did I not know that that's where I didn't know that's where I'm supposed to go, and I didn't know that I could do that. I mean, I wouldn't try exploring that until I've explored the whole bottom floor first, and I just don't know. I feel like there's a lot more missing. I don't know how big the world really is. That's me.
I do admit, though, yeah, I kind of have to, and that's just my personal preference too, because I do agree with that statement because Kingdom Hearts 1, it was it's more harder to tell where to go in that game if you're new than with the other games because the other games made it just a little bit more easier, to track down and everything like that. But in this one, you kind of have to memorize, what everyone says and everything, and you have to like pay real close attention. Otherwise, you're just gonna get really, really, really lost. And then you go into that state where like, oh, I don't know where I'm at. I'm just gonna go into a random room and hope that it's the place that I go in. And then it's also one of those games where you just like, oh, I hope I didn't walk into the boss room on accident, and then you end up doing it, and then you're just like, god dang it.
Yeah. Traverse Town would take me forever. Well, staying on the gameplay thing, is there anything? Okay, yes, here we go. Here's a big thing. This is only a shock. I don't want to go in any more than that word. It was a shock. I don't want to say good or bad. What the heck was this? When I found, I just clicked the table. When you're going to different worlds, you're suddenly in this ship shooting at it, at stuff. It's like, for a game about Kingdom Hearts, I wasn't expecting that at all.
Oh, the gummy ship. Oh,
yes, the gummy ship. It's just not. I don't think it's bad. I don't see why it should be there, but just why. That's all. That's why I was just shocked. I'm like, is this a mini game? Go on.
The gummy ship to many fans is very, very infamous and very, very hated among the community. Well, at least to the community that I'm in, because in Kingdom Hearts 1. The gummy ship was terrible because you have to do that mini game until you get the warp drive
world.
every single world you go to. And
Yep.
sometimes you might not be even landing on that world. You might just be going to that world just to go to the path to the world you want to go. And you have to do that mini game twice.
Yeah, no, that's what I was afraid he was gonna do, and I didn't. I'm surprised he included that on the video. Maybe see if just because he suffers to do it, his audience has to suffer to do it too. Even though you could literally just skip the first 3 minutes of the video. I stood by and watched all of it because I wasn't sure if he was enjoying it himself or not. He bothered to show it.
Well, yeah, it is a necessary part. I'll tell you that right now. You have to do it until you get the warp drive.
Warp drive. Yeah, he did use that.
Yeah, but here's the thing with the warp drive. It only works, with worlds that you've actually visited to. If it's a new world, you have to do the mini game.
That I noticed too. Yeah. Okay, good. Then I can say I would honestly I got annoyed of it after the 3rd time of just watching it though.
I'll tell you this though, they improved it a lot in Kingdom Hearts 2. In Kingdom Hearts 2, the gummy ship it still sucks to do the mini game, but they made it better.
Well, let me tell you this, and I don't know why, even though I said not to compare Destiny, but they actually did the one thing with the ship that Destiny couldn't.
Use it.
I don't know why. Okay, no more Destiny references. Let's keep that to very, very, very minimum, where it's like it has to be an accident to bring it up. But go
also
on.
with the gummy ship itself, did he ever show off him customizing the gummy ship at all?
No, I didn't. He hasn't really customized much. Not even the key, and he got at least 2 things for it. I don't like talking about his videos because I could be wrong. At least when I was watching.
When you're going through, when you're in that little, like mini game, so to speak, or just flying through space and all that other stuff. Like when you pick up a thing, it's like like this block or something like that, like missile block or whatever it's called or something like that. Those are actually, gummy pieces you could actually attach onto your ship, and you can make like your own custom ship and everything to make travel like easier and everything.
Like all the things he picks up while destroying stuff.
Yeah, well, some of the stuff, some of the stuff are
some.
just, like health and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
Okay, that clears up why does he bother even getting all that. Other than for a high score, like he's actually trying to beat it, as if.
Let's see.
Anything else on that thing?
Overall, just the gummy ship. It's something that the community really doesn't like, and I honestly don't like it either.
It does not fit the gameplay.
Exactly. There you go.
It's like, it's not a Destiny reference, people. It's like GTA. I think, like, those couple arcade games that are on the side that had Quebec or something like that. It's like that's where it would be. Like this should be an arcade thing in that one Traverse Town shop. I'm thinking of that main shop that's just on the side with a little achievement or trophy thing to earn. Just beat this high score. Like that's all it should be there for. It doesn't have anything to do with the finding things with the Keyblade.
And back in the day, there were no such thing as trophies. So the traveling thing, it would.
Well, I
literally
meant
just
an in-game award.
Yeah, and also that's another thing, because the whole high score thing and everything, that was only in the Final Mix version. I told you about Final Mix last night. Just with the like how the exclusive content, so to speak. In the original version of Kingdom Hearts, there's none of that. There's
no score system.
It's literally just you flying.
And shooting, and endless lasers.
Yep.
That's another thing though. Endless lasers like that, like where you could literally just spam, hold down the trigger, or the trigger. I'll just say that. Like it just makes it more like, why? It's like, oh, let me just aim my thing and hold it down. Okay, let me know when we're there. Oh man.
Actually, some Let's Players out there, of this game, they're just like, I could probably like go and take a piss, and I could just complete this, I'll just, I'm gonna do that, and they, some of them just literally just go to the bathroom just for them to wait to get to the other thing, and it either ends with them actually making it to the world, or they die, and if you die, you just go back to the beginning.
I figured it would be a small consequence.
Let's see. Want to continue talking about because I think we covered the
let's move
gummy
on.
ship way more than we
Yes.
should.
Oh yeah, for a thing that we hate, there's lots to talk about. For something that you
Yeah.
guys hate, I should say. I can't really hate it yet. I haven't played it, but let's see what else can we move on to. Anything regarding oh, here's something I like to talk about. The bosses of the
Oh, the
three
bosses?
of the three that I saw, I was confused on them. Or what is it?
Which ones?
Oh, actually, no. First, let me back up to what I was trying to say to this. When you lock on to an enemy, does it automatically like aim for a weak point or something you could hit? Because I noticed a lot of times when it came to bosses, at least, their weak points would be high up. So it kind of bothered me gameplay-wise to watch him always have to jump, swing once or twice, fall down, swing once and fall down. Like just that seems more annoying than rather just hitting them non-stop. If you have to
Well,
keep jumping,
here's
that
the thing
sucks.
though, because you also got to be wary though, because yeah, some bosses are programmed, to immediately counterattack, after you hit them a certain amount of times, and so you want to know, how many hits it can take before it actually goes in for a counterattack. That way you don't get screwed every time.
Oh, that is
And also
true, okay.
the lock-on feature, it's just purely to lock on to the enemy itself. There are certain bosses that do have like different points that you could lock on into, like if it has like giant arms or something like that, you could lock on to like those kind of things. But other than that, it's just you purely lock on to the boss, just aim at it, and once you have the scan ability to see its health, because locking on normally, without the scan ability, you just lock onto them. With scan, you actually see their health.
All right. Here's a question. Here's a change of subject question where everyone please hold your gasping. But well, where is Cloud from again?
Final Fantasy VII.
Just wanted to make sure. Okay, I don't know anything about Final Fantasy except the 13 one, the last one, Lightning Returns. Why? Because a friend recommended the demo to me, and that was it. I don't like. You don't have to say his name. We don't need to worry about him. But anyways,
He's in our videos.
he's so non-existent. No, forget it. No, in fact, let's take all them down with him. Anyway. Do not show them this video. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, Final Fantasy. I don't know much about it, but so I don't know a lot of that's how much more of Kingdom Hearts I don't know. So I'll assume some parts are originally from some characters are originally from there. Yeah.
So next question.
Let's see. So far we mainly covered gameplay. As far as story, just as the story goes, how different? Here's okay. Let me just ask it, and you can answer however you want. How different
Alright.
is the story of just Kingdom Hearts 1 from beginning to end to Kingdom Hearts 2?
That's kind
Very
of a hard
different?
question.
Because I'm like, I wasn't expecting the villain to be people we know. Then again, it makes sense. Disney.
Regarding villains, it is, you do see some familiar faces, here and there, but the main threat, it's a completely different thing. It is not. There are, some villains that do return, here and there and everything, but the actual main threat themselves is completely different. And the way they go about it is it is different compared to Kingdom Hearts 1.
Huh. Well, at least Kingdom Hearts, the way I see, I don't want my controller getting unplugged. The way I see it is, I feel like, how do I put this? So like the villains that I'm seeing, I feel like they're not the one. Like immediately, I thought these guys can't be the real main guys in charge. I feel like there's gotta be some supreme darkness guy.
Oh, okay.
Above, like that's really ruling all of them, but they're the ones showing themselves. Just that's the kind of plot I expected after seeing that the one evil witch person first.
Maleficent.
Yeah, there we go. I never learned her name. I can never learn her name. Thank you, Maleficent. I can't even say it now.
Well, wait.
It was her.
Do you think Maleficent is the main villain?
No, I'm saying I feel like there's someone above her. Maybe for the
Oh.
group. That's just that's how I feel. And if you tell me otherwise, that's still how I'm going to feel until I see it for
on to see the
myself.
truth. I'll just tell you that right now.
Okay, okay, thank you. Right now, let me see. What do I think of all three characters? I can't say anything for Kyrie because she's currently gone right now for me. So, what do I think of Sora? Well, apparently he's been training a lot, so I don't know how to phrase all this perfectly. His overall character, I'm fine with it. His voice actor for at least the English version is alright for now. I'm only talking about Kingdom Hearts 1.
Yeah, like I said, it completely changes after Kingdom Hearts 1. It will completely change.
That's okay. I can deal with voice actor adaptations as long as it's not a movie. One character's this, and then you bring a whole new other character later. Not for movies with live people. I can't deal with that. If it's just a voice actor, that's fine. At least you look the same. I'll adapt somewhat. But yeah, I'm fine with all of them. I mean, from a guy who watches animes back and forth between dub and sub, I can deal with, as long as your voice sounds alright, then hey, you're good. Okay, that went somewhat the wrong way, but as far as all the characters, I don't have any problems with anything other than just that one small gameplay thing.
Oh, okay. Alright, here's the thing. Alright, I'm gonna ask you a couple more questions.
Of course, that's what this thing's for.
Alright, so, relatively to the beginning of the game, what were your first, impressions when you saw Destiny Islands being attacked by the Heartless?
Repeat that question again so I can answer that correctly.
Okay, alright, think back. Remember when the Heartless invaded Destiny Islands, and then they turned it into just a complete thing. Like, what were you thinking at that time? When it was happening, just like, oh my god, they're actually here and everything like that, or something like that.
My first impression, well, because I was too busy wondering what's gonna happen next. I didn't. It wasn't a. By the time I actually started realizing some actual thoughts, instead of constantly wondering what's happening next, what's gonna happen next, my first thoughts were, my god, there's a lot of enemies here. For just the beginning, regardless of how weak they were, I'm like, Jesus, he's only taking 5 steps and already the next 10 enemies are here. Wow, that was my first thought for it being under attack. I guess after that, I'm like, well, yep. I mean, hey, it was bound to happen. It was only obvious. It was either that or a giant ship of darkness. We'll just air quote darkness. It could be whatever, but
yeah.
Attacks them as they're trying to raft away. That was my first guess. So that's what I mean. A lot of times you're stuck, frozen, wondering why or what's gonna happen next or how to actually question something else. In this case, wow, there's a lot of enemies. And you were saying?
All right. Okay, here's another good question.
Make sure your mic doesn't die.
Oh, okay. All right. So, what was your first impressions when you first saw Disney in it, like Disney characters? Like, what was your first impressions of it?
Well, since I already knew they were gonna be involved, let me see. Oh, when I was first introducing all of them at their kingdom or whatever.
That world is literally called Disney Castle, by the way.
I don't know why, but I had actually expected their voices to be different. I am actually surprised, but I shouldn't be, because I forget when it came out. That eluded my mind for a while. Yeah, I shouldn't be surprised that their voices were what they should be, especially Donald's. Donald's was spot on. I don't know if it was someone different. I'm sure it wasn't, but when I heard his voice, I'm like, oh yeah, they are all the same. Okay, cool. From that's how memory served me correctly, people. That's how long I've watched their shows back then.
Yeah.
But as far as surprise, it was nice to see them. It's kind of interesting that hey, Disney's involved. Well, then again, I already knew that. I already knew that.
That sense of this is the thing I like about Kingdom Hearts. You have these familiar, happy, characters, colliding with these badass, anime-like characters. That's what I like about the series.
Yeah.
Hmm. Oh, okay. Here's a good question. What were your thoughts on how Donald and Goofy met Sora?
Okay. Um, in one word, cliche. Really, they just had to fall on him. I was actually wondering how are they gonna meet. I thought Donald was gonna. No, sorry, I thought Sora was gonna end up seeing, oh look, two people in danger. Like it would, like the cutscene would just show them, and then Sora would run and start fighting with them, or
Yeah,
vice versa. Or maybe they would just like charge in all of a sudden. But no, but apparently Disney characters had to fall from the sky
have to fall from the sky.
to find the. Yeah, see, dark creatures come from the ground or appear out of thin air for key wielders, but allies will fall from the sky. Just keep that in mind, everyone.
I'll be sure to remember that.
When you want allies, look to the sky, and make sure you're not on the ground when if your enemy's nearby.
Okay. Alright. This is just just a random question. It does involve this. Alright. So
If it doesn't involve
after,
Kingdom Hearts, it's random.
oh, it does. Don't worry. After they defeated the Heartless, after they met each other, what did you think when Sora smiled?
Why are you asking that? I mean, first let me say this. I don't remember, but why are you asking that?
No.
I'd have to pull up the video. I'd have to.
Because
don't-
it is like the greatest, in my opinion, one of the greatest and most hilarious moments in Kingdom Hearts 1. Just that stupidly hilarious grin that he gives Donald and Goofy after they tell him that he needs to be happy.
I'd love to pull it up right now, but it would slow down the recording, so I don't want to do that. But I sort of don't remember him smiling. I'm trying to remember. I think I remember smiling, but if anything, it's probably gonna look. I'll probably just question why you smiling. These guys just fell on you.
Just go on like Google Images or something and just look up
You
Sora's
already
smile.
Google up Gorso. Okay, fine. I'll Google Sora's smile. It's gonna be okay. We want to discuss something else while I'm apparently looking up a kid's smile. Can I just look up a kid's smile? Would that satisfy you just as well?
No, you need to see Sora smiling.
Okay, well I'm doing that. What else do you want to discuss? Oh God, people. Okay, I'm gonna have this picture. Whatever I look up, pop up in the right about now. Okay, continue.
Okay, so another question. From what you've seen of Riku now, do you like this character? Do you like how he is? The character. Who's like being deceived and all this other stuff by Maleficent.
They're not brothers, right? Are they?
No, they're best friends.
Okay, good. Because I think he does a good job of being playing a big brother role.
Hmm.
That so far. This is all so far, people. I don't even have enough to qualify myself as a Kingdom Hearts 1 fan yet.
Let's see.
Sora's smile.
Here we go.
Oh my God, that smile! Now I remember. That cannot seriously be it. Let me find one that's more clear. Okay, people have his where his eyes are just rolled around in different directions. I'm just going with this one.
Yeah, because people make memes of it and everything.
Oh God, there. That one will. It might not be as clear, but that I'll have that showing up in the video. Oh my God. Okay, that's enough. Sora smiling. That's creepy.
All right. Now you remember the scene. Okay, what were you thinking when he did that?
Just give me a second till I come up with accurate words. Wait, here on. Let me get myself some motivation. Let me pull up the picture.
God.
Okay. Oh yeah, I just thought like why just thought it was really creepy and just why. I'd be backing up from him. Like that would make him take a couple steps back if someone smiled at me like that. And if I'm right, he's in the middle of bowing or something. I don't know.
He was looking down and then he looked up. That's what.
Oh, okay. Well, still.
And in the actual scene, when they're waiting for him to smile, when he looks down, there's like a little drum roll that plays, and then he just smile.
I think yeah, I remember that now. Okay, just so my overall reaction to it, just creepy. That's too much of a smile. By the way, it was the first picture. Like, yeah, I pulled out the first picture that came out, but I got one that was more clear.
Mm.
uh, okay.
Okay. So, all right. Here's a question for you. From the worlds that you've seen, which one is your favorite?
I don't know. I'd say Traverse Town, but that's a little. They're all biased, but let me just go with, I guess, Agrabah. If you don't count the start, the Traverse Town, like if you don't include that, I would say Agrabah. I just feel like there's a lot more to kind of explore there, in my opinion.
And wait, is Agrabah the latest world you've seen so far, or?
I think so. Another reason why it's biased.
Let's see. You still got.
Whatever's before Monstro, if it is Agrabah, yeah, it is. Yep. So Agrabah's the latest one.
Okay. Oh, okay. So let's see. So yeah, you still got Monstro to go, and so that means you have 1, 2, 3.
I've only seen 5
4.
worlds, I believe. If you 6 with Traverse Town, 7 with Destiny, whatever that beginning one, Destiny Islands.
Yeah.
Please change that name. Just
Yeah. I think there's 5 more worlds that you need to see, and then you'll have all the worlds unlocked.
What? The game can't be over that much, even if most of the game's going back and forth.
Yeah, there is a lot to it. Yeah, and
Well, that's more than
honestly,
Destiny.
honestly, I'll say
No one
that
said
that the next 5 worlds they could possibly change your opinion, and
My opinion of the overall game, or like have a new favorite? Is that what?
of a new favorite world. Yeah.
Ah, okay. Well, yeah, I would expect that
I won't spoil
too.
the worlds either.
I already know one because I accidentally saw pictures of it
Yeah,
like
Monstro.
in advance. Well, not Monstro,
Yeah.
but I mean like I don't even know if that's the one, but I'm thinking of a different one probably.
Well, yeah. Well, Monstro, he's kind of just a.
I'll find out. I'll find out.
It's to the fans, it's some people like it and some others don't. I'm kind of just kind of like in the in between part of it. It's like
A majority don't. I'm guessing it's that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a world that I go to. I do like the concept of it and everything. It's just that I like the story that plays out in it. I just don't like the world itself. I just don't like it.
Sounds like Destiny. What they have is good, but it's just not worth my time. Okay, wait, but I just forbid myself from saying Destiny. Jesus, there, no more of that. Moving on with something else. Yeah, I feel like my opinion will change.
Let's see.
I believe we're 40 minutes in. Yeah.
Dang, pretty good. What do you expect, out of Riku in the future when you actually go in and finish in with Kingdom Hearts 1?
Well, with where he's at now, I'd rather let things play out than guess.
Oh, okay. So, well,
I like that he's cautious. Like where he's at right now, I like how he's being cautious, saying, like, why are you letting me just help me, or why are you helping me to help you, something like that. I don't really remember that. But just, I'd rather let things play out rather than constantly guess. At least for him. For Sora, I don't mind guessing.
Well, then, if you do have a guess, what is that guess for Sora?
Well, what's gonna happen next? I don't know. Typical. He'll go to the island. I don't know. Maybe I don't really know much to guess. There's not really much to guess. He'll just go to the island. It'll be a typical thing, with the only exceptions to that being, of course, it's a new world, so they has to adapt to that. That probably didn't make much sense, but okay.
Alright, here's kind of a, an open, I don't know how to say this, but, what do you think of the Keyblade?
What do I think of the Keyblade? First off, there was one thing I saw that was honestly really cool, even though it was just a small feature. When what was the guy's name that first fought him in Traverse Town?
Oh, Leon?
Leon. There we go. Okay. Is he part of Final Fantasy 2?
Yeah, he's from Final Fantasy 8.
Oh, but he's from Final Fantasy. Okay, that's all I needed to know.
Yeah, he's from Final Fantasy.
Okay, no, when he picked up the Keyblade, it immediately like disappeared and returned to Sora. I thought that was just cool right there. I was blown away from that episode just from that happening. I'm like, that is an awesome Keyblade. Like the chosen one right there.
Oh, then you're gonna love the later games then, because they love to integrate that feature.
I just think something like that is really cool because it's just as far as gameplay goes, it's just that's an awesome recall feature. Just imagine that in real life though. It'd be awesome if your sword always returned to you, even if you weren't trying it to. It's just that is awesome. No one else can touch it then, basically.
Oh well, they'll emphasize that in the later games. I'll tell you that right now.
All right. But jeez, what was the original question? Oh, yeah, the Keyblade. What I think the Keyblade. Other than that, I also like its obvious power of being able to unlock anything. Don't know why it didn't honestly come to my mind. I was just that was honestly one of the questions I only had about Kingdom Hearts. But when I didn't know like literally anything, just why is it a Keyblade used as a sword? That was just it. And I never bothered to ask anyone out loud because that sounds stupid to ask. Just yeah, that's all I wanted to know. But hey, it unlocks things. Obviously, it unlocks just the unlock feature. You know, it's a key that unlocks anything. That was actually pretty cool. You know, I can honestly say I wasn't expecting that. I don't know why. It's a giant key. Of course, it's gonna unlock things, Carlos. Which is why the first time they used it, it's like, duh.
And
cool though.
let's see.
I'd like to have one of those.
And do you think Sora, seeing him, as he is right now, do you think that that the Keyblade suits him, or?
I'm a hypocrite on one thing, and that is going back and forth on saying whether characters should I question why are you just going so well with everything that's happening? Like, why aren't you questioning a lot of this? And other times I'm like, yeah, sometimes I'm like, why are you? And then sometimes I'm like, why aren't you? It just depends. I don't know why the situation. It's because basically based on your background. If you're the kind of guy who's who's really smart or can see everything going on around you, then you should be questioning it or finding out. And then vice versa, then why are you? That's the only time it angers me. But as far as Sora's reaction to the Keyblade, let's see. Well, he keeps thinking back to his dreams, but then at least the air quote dreams that he had, and then I don't know. I think he should be questioning a few more things, but he is busy going along with it, and that's apparently his choice. So whatever. Honestly, for finding Riku, I thought he would have at least tried to look around more after seeing him first disappear.
Alright. What was the question I was gonna? Oh, okay. This is a general question, about.
We have a caller. Oh, who's asking?
Okay. So the question, after seeing what you saw, could you classify Kingdom Hearts as a kids game?
Well, just on I'm sorry, Kingdom Hearts 1, and what I've seen so far, I would say it's rated E. Is it?
Yeah, it is rated. Well, the original is rated E, and after everything that was after the original game.
Just looking at just Kingdom Hearts 1, because that's so far what I'm watching.
Well, I'm not sure if they changed it in the final mix version, but the original Kingdom Hearts was rated E, and then I'm not sure if they did change it or not, because I know they did change it for every other title. It's rated E10.
Okay. Well, it's still E.
It's a game that's rated E, but it could be taken more than E.
Yeah, no, I would rate it just anyone can get into this. The only reason why you wouldn't basically, here's to not summarize it, to make it more descriptive. It's rated. The only reason why you wouldn't want to play it is because of your preferences that you have.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't watch certain shows because they have this or because they don't have this. You know, that kind of preference thing.
Yeah. Okay. Here's another question. And this kind of relates back to gameplay. And there's some people out there who criticize the gameplay for itself. But let me ask this: do you think this game is a button masher?
A lot of games could be called that. It depends on this. If people who say that either have been A, playing the game too long, or B, are not really into the game and are playing it for some other reason. A sense of completion or something like that.
Yeah.
But let me answer your question since I didn't really answer it. Caught myself on that. Do I think it's a button masher? I don't know if I can answer that because I haven't played it. So from what I've seen, combat-wise, yeah. Combat-wise.
Yeah. Yeah, I get what you mean because you know.
Overall game, not really.
Because everyone, because every Kingdom Hearts player is different. You know, there's some people who just purely only use attacks and that's it, and maybe an item here and there. But there's some people who like to mix up their combos with an attack and then maybe a magic spell and then another attack or something like that. Like attack, dodge, magic spell, attack, so on and so forth. So I guess it just depends on your play style, I guess.
As far not really going into the button mashing thing, but as far as setting up a skill, like what skills I want to have set, what magic I would want to have set, I wouldn't go with overpowering moves. I would go with skills that I just find awesome. Like that looks cool when I do this. When I perform this skill. Like I would keep moves like that. Like mainly for most games, which is why actually I don't like competitive, because I'm always using skill moves that just look cool, or I prefer that move. I don't go for overpowering. I'll always lose in competitive.
So you're more of a cosmetic person rather than a competitive person.
Yeah. Plus, let me look at it this way. I don't even know how to use overpowering moves. I'll equip them and I'll still lose because I'm like, I don't know, because I just don't know how to use them. Yeah, if you give me a flamethrower, I'll probably burn my allies with it. I don't know how to use overpowering moves correctly. Like, you'd have to use this first, and then while they're stunned with this, you'd use this move, and then you finish them off with this. Use this to block while they're firing at you from a distance. Like, I wouldn't know how to use all of this. You just give me a bunch of guns. I wouldn't know how to shoot them. So that's for most games that let you customize your skills and strategies. I suck at those. I still like them, but I suck at those competitively. Against the computers, I'll still find a way to win.
All right.
That kind of strayed away from your question, but still answered it.
No. We're talking. That's a good thing. How long have we been talking, by the way?
50 minutes, give or take a few, because I forget about cuts.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Trying to think of some other questions here about Kingdom Hearts 1, because if this were just about the series as a whole, I could probably tell you a lot more. But I'm trying to stay focused mostly on Kingdom Hearts 1. That way I don't spoil anything for you and anyone else potentially watching who's new to the series, because I do know a couple of friends who do want to get into the series, and I kind of feel that this video will kind of help them out,
I'm sure there are people going, why haven't you already seen / played Kingdom Hearts? Well, because I don't know. That's a very good question. Same thing went for Dragon Ball with me. I don't know why. Because it's not that I don't like it. I just, I never had a PlayStation or anything to play it on, and I never really got into it. I was never really told much about it.
I guess it's kind of like the same deal with Final Fantasy.
I went from N64 to the Xbox, to the regular Xbox. I don't know if that's understandable, but yeah, I was still on N64 for a good long time. And I didn't even play many games on there. Like, I don't know why I didn't ever play Smash Bros. I didn't even know Smash Bros. Was on the N64. I was on games like the 007 and Perfect Dark.
Perfect
games
Dark.
like those. Banjo-Kazooie. Don't know why I was on that a lot. I was on games like that. I went from that, and then all of a sudden Halo on the Xbox came out. Okay, I'm gonna drop it.
Oh yeah, okay. So let's get back on topic.
So, are there any questions that I can ask for you? None that I can immediately think of. Other than... Let's talk about something everyone talks about at some point. I don't feel like I have the right to talk about this, but let's talk about it anyways. What are you waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3? What are you waiting for in Kingdom Hearts 3?
Okay. Kingdom Hearts 3.
And answer that in a way that won't spoil anything about the the games that are already out.
Well, so what do you mean? Like, what am I anticipating for it?
Yeah.
Or like what?
What are you anticipating? You know, yeah. Just anything.
Well,
why are you waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3?
Coming from, a person, who's been with this series, for quite a while, the thing that I'm just anticipating the most, because, after seeing how Dream Drop Distance ends, which is, so far the latest installment, how it's ending, and how Kingdom Hearts 2.8 is coming out soon with Birth by Sleep Volume 2 coming out, and we get to see what that story is all about. I'm just really hyped to see how this saga of Kingdom Hearts, at least this set of a saga, is going to possibly end or play out, and just I'm just really excited to see if any new or familiar faces appear in. I'm excited to see how the combat system works, and here's one thing that I do want to point out. I hope it does not turn into a Duke Nukem Forever, because it has been forever since we've had a new legit Kingdom Hearts game. So I'm afraid that fans are gonna put this up to the roof, and they're just gonna go ape shit on everything, and they're gonna be like, oh, I hope this is in it, I hope this is in it, I hope this is in it, and by the time
they will.
Yeah, if it's been that long,
go ahead and continue.
Yeah, because if they do hope for all this kind of stuff, they're gonna get disappointed in the end. So that's why I try to keep my hopes at a minimum, and I try to not put them so high up there. Me personally, I'm gonna love the game regardless of what it is, because it's Kingdom Hearts. I love the series so much, and it's a new addition, and I get to experience that that new Kingdom Hearts feel again after so long. And that's my take on Kingdom Hearts 3, at least.
One thing I want to I don't know if it's necessarily a good thing to finish off with, but and maybe I just thought of it right now. Going back on what I said about hating when characters go along with stuff and then vice versa. The one big question I did have after watching it is what I watched so far is, and I'm pretty sure I have a strong feeling it's explained later, or if I missed it. Why Sora? Like why is this character the chosen Keyblade wielder? That's obviously have to be answered at some point. I'm too early to not know why.
Yeah,
it's just
you're right.
That's my question. I'm like, there's nothing so far about you that you should or shouldn't. No reason you should, but no reason you shouldn't.
Okay, and I do have an answer for you too.
Oh boy, please explain or say. Just go.
It involves something from one of the other games. I'm not going to tell you which game it is, though.
Wait, what? What happened to explaining it?
But
don't leave breadcrumbs.
How do I word this without spoiling it? Well, Sora has a certain connection to something. And it is explained. It is explained in another game, and it totally explains why Sora is the chosen one.
Wait, when you say another game, you mean another Kingdom Hearts game, or do you mean another entirely game that has something to do with Kingdom Hearts, somewhat?
It is a Kingdom Hearts game. It's just that Do you want me to tell you, or Sora's smile? Oh, well. I'm pretty sure we'll eventually have another discussion, because this one was purely about Kingdom Hearts 1. And so yeah, we could probably do this about when you're finished, with like the next game and so on and so forth. Just have regular discussions about this, right?
Hold on. Wait, sorry, it's okay. I guess you want to say we could do possibly more discussions about this?
Yeah.
I guess, sure. Yeah, about other stuff, sure, or continue this later, or catch up about Kingdom Hearts, or a different topic discussion. Maybe we could do Destiny so we can stop making comparisons about it. Nah, that'll never stop. I could go on for days about that. Nah, but it's not my job to criticize things. I criticize critics. That is my favorite thing to do. For some odd reason, personally, not like out loud to other people. Then I guess that's it then, right?
Yeah. Well, alrighty then. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this discussion about Kingdom Hearts, and mainly Kingdom Hearts 1. And if you're new to the series and you're watching this video, just let me know what your thoughts on the series is. In the comment section, and just your overall thoughts of of the game and what you think of it so far. So yeah.
Here's one quick last thing. I'm waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3 only because I want to be caught up on everything. I don't know how long it'll take, but I want to be caught up on everything, and then that way it's just Kingdom Hearts 3. When I buy it, I'm with everyone on it. I probably won't be playing it as much, honestly. I won't be playing it a lot. Unless, I don't know when it comes out, but if there's no other good games that are out, like, right now for me, there's no good games I like, then I guess I'll be playing all the time. Unless the combat doesn't, keep me entertained. But
oh, it should entertain you from what I've seen so far in the trailers.
Excellent. I guess that's it then.
Yeah, alright. So, like I said, leave a comment down below if if you guys have any questions, if you're new to the series, and I'll do my best to answer. And thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next discussion video if or when that ever happens. Wait, do you think we'll ever have a discussion like this again?
Possibly. Sure, why not? We'll just have to come up with the topic that I want to discuss. This was just... Should we tell them what inspired this video? We said we were gonna depart. Like, we said... Yeah, I guess we're gonna get off. And then we ended up having a 50-minute discussion about Kingdom Hearts. That was literally one good wasted commented video right there, though most of it was recapped. Some of it was recapped here.
Yeah.
I guess that's it then. Yeah, see you, people.
Should we officially end it now?
Let's officially end it with Sora's smile. Done.